Dr. Joseph Purita. I've been doing stem cell therapy for well over 10 years. Now, what makes us unique in our procedures is we have a multifaceted approach to the stem cells. We'll use stem cells from the patient, but we'll also use other things called cytokines, which are growth factors. Now, these cytokines, believe it or not, are made by bacteria. These are the same bacteria that you'll see a beach can get closed down, E. coli. However, these bacteria are bioengineered to produce growth factors identical to what the body produces. And we'll use these growth factors in a couple of different ways. We'll give injections in the joints. We'll give injections sometimes just into the tissue. We will use patches. We have little patches that have like a built-in battery to them. We'll put it on the joint and that electrical current will deliver it down. And then lastly, we'll use these growth factors orally. Basically though, not swallowing them, putting them in the mouth, they get absorbed under the tongue and go into the system. Now the growth factors are basically the body's cell phone communication system. This is how the cells communicate with each other. Now our advantage is I work with the world's expert on growth factors, and we have very unique formulas that we use that no one else has access to. All procedures that we do are either FDA or CE approved. We're not a bunch of cowboys that are doing crazy things. And one thing I have to say, when you have a website, let's say, that's treating everything with stem cells, that means they're treating nothing. You cannot treat all kinds of diseases with stem cells. We don't have the technology right now. We do obviously for the V cells, where we're doing that for many autoimmune diseases, such as rheumatoid arthritis, other types of things. We're doing it for anti-aging. We think that this is correcting problems behind the scenes because before they become big problems. So that's one of the things we do. But we also do many different things, such as using bone marrow, fat, and PRP. So let's say that you have a bone-on-bone osteoarthritis of your joint, let's say a hip or knee, shoulder. We have very good success doing those. I mean, we're talking about anywhere from 80 to 86, 87% excellent results. To me, an excellent result is I can hopefully get you about 75% better than you were. Now, how long does it last? Well, I've had people out 10 years and they're still doing fine. We find if you get better, you stay better. But the V cell is very intriguing. We have the good fortune of being one of the few places in this hemisphere that actually does this and does it with regularity. We've been doing these cells for many years. Now, a V cell means a very small embryonic-like stem cell. Now, I'd like to clarify for everybody, although we say embryonic, it's your own cell. We're not using cells from embryos. Now, these cells are very, very intriguing. What happens with these cells is they're typically the body's emergency stem cell supply. They only get activated when you have a dire emergency. God forbid, let's say you're in an auto accident, you lose half your blood supply, you have a lot of organ damage. These cells then get to work. It's that trauma, that stress that activates them. Well, we found a couple of things. We found a very unique way of increasing their numbers dramatically, and then we found a way of activating them. And of all the stem cell procedures we do, this is one of the easiest because we're not actually harvesting any bone marrow, we're not harvesting any fat, we're just basically taking it as a blood draw. It's a 3-day process. And what we're really excited about with this is, I've been doing orthopedics for 35 years. I have not found a very adequate way of treating osteoporosis, which is basically thinning and weakening of your bones. We have gotten dramatic results with these cells. We've had improvements in anywhere from 15 to 30% in 1 year in bone densities. Anti-aging is a very intriguing field, to say the least. And we know, for instance, there's things like telomeres. These are the ends of your DNA. Now, every time your cells reproduce, they lose a little snippet of DNA. So your DNA was better this morning than it was now, and it'll be worse tonight when you go to bed. Now, we know there's certain things that can help telomeres slow down in their aging. For instance, we know fish oils can do that. We know vitamin D may help do that. Doesn't stop it, but it can slow it down. And that's part of what we're doing. And we think that these V cells that we're giving will have a profound effect on the body for doing that. Because we find people get stronger, they have more energy, etc. And we know, for instance, like osteoporosis, that's an autoimmune disease, an inflammatory disease that's associated with aging. So that's why these C's, when you say anti-aging is basically preventing a lot of the diseases of age. That's really what it means. We want you to age, but we want you to age gracefully. I'm here basically once a month, and hopefully we're going to increase the amount of time we're going to be here. But I'm always available for consultation. Miss Marla Gibbs is my agent here and my partner here, and people can call her up any day, and they can talk to her and discuss things with her. She'll get a hold of me, email me, call me, etc. Many times we'll do phone consultations, so that's not a problem. I'm always available for a question.